Hi, sweet friends. It's Amy Lay, the Invincibility Coach. This is part 4 of 6 in The Rise of Invincibility. That's right. So it's called Attachment and Accountability. So, attachment. Man, I am telling you, actually, accountability too. I could talk about this stuff all day. And I do with my clients when the time is right, right? But to just kind of scratch the surface a little bit, I want to tell you about it. So we've got attachment and accountability. Attachment, essentially, the way I define it, is an obstacle. So yes, it's the same thing. I feel like this. If there is something that you want, an experience, a circumstance, a way of life, even just a thing, a person, that's different. It's a little bit different. That's deeper. I talk to my clients about that for sure. But just generally speaking, if something is in your way and you can't get to what you want as a result of this circumstance or this thing that keeps happening or this actual thing that's in your way, right? Then you're attached. If you feel frustrated and you feel like you're like bumping your head up against the same wall, that's attachment. Okay? Because if it is an obstacle, if it's in your way, no matter whether it's a person, place, or thing, animal, vegetable, mineral, if it's in your way, then you're attached to it. You don't think you are because you're like, no. If this thing was out of my way, then I wouldn't be, like, I'm not attached to it. Like, I really want it to go away. That's generally the way that it gets thought about, right? But the deal is that there is definitely something about the whole interaction with this thing you want and then the thing that's in the way, right? That you are attached to. You have to figure out what it is. It's in that line of here's me, here's the thing that's keeping me from what I want, and here's what I want. That, just think about that as like a straight line. There is something that you are unwilling to let go of in that path. We have to figure out what that is. I promise you it's there. It might be obvious to you. Then you're like, yeah, but I mean, like, I really need that person, place, or thing, animal, vegetable, mineral. Simple, right? No, because it's going to be complex detaching yourself from that attachment. But once you get the hang of identifying obstacles and the attachments that are causing that to be an obstacle, man, your life can be so cool. And you're like the co-creator then, and then you're like making stuff happen, and you manifest and you conjure and all those fun woo-woo words that people like to make fun of, but they're real. Okay? So that's the deal. Anyway, that's briefly attachment, right? Now, accountability, the reason that I pair the two, not only because they both start with an A, is because the more accountable you are to yourself, the less you are prone to attachment. It's true. And that's super deep, you guys. I mean, I'll give you that. But that's why I work with my clients on these things, right? I want you to just ponder that, and I want you to let your mind go with that. The more accountable you are to yourself, which in parentheses means the less you are blaming people, places, things, animal, vegetable, mineral, the less you're blaming something in your external environment, okay, that means you're not accountable. If you are accountable, you're like, yeah, I was walking down the street and I tripped and I broke something and I should have been watching where I was going. Not immediately, who am I going to sue because that shouldn't have been that way. That crack in the sidewalk or that impediment, right? That's just a super, super crazy simple example. But the more accountable you are to yourself, taking responsibility, the less likely you are to be hung up by obstacles, therefore attachment. Therefore, you're able to get what you want sooner, easier, and just generally more pleasant. That's attachment and accountability, okay? And it's step 4 in the rise of invincibility. All right? Remember last time, the balloon? These things are all related, you guys. Go back and watch Trust and then, the series. This is 4. Next is 5 and 6. We'll see you then. Peace out.